Hey, this is Sully for Antisocial News, and this is the Body Count Report for Thursday, November the 30th, 2017. And I am going to be taking you around the world showing you situations of tragedy and victory for humanity. Only life or death situations, only legitimate news. I do not focus on political pieces, only real news, stuff that actually affects people. And one of these big situations in our hemisphere, in the Western Hemisphere, not the Northern Hemisphere, there is a hotly contested election in Guatemala. So check this story out. Link in the description. We have Hernández versus Nasralla, and I was really interested into seeing how a Nasralla is running for election in Guatemala. Even though it rhymes with Guatemala, that is not a Spanish name. And it is not a native name either. It is a Arabic name. So I'm also including a Wikipedia on Salvador Nasralla, so you can read up on him. He is of Palestinian descent, and he is part of the opposition party, the Anti-Corruption Party. So he might be a great guy, but we'll see after this election, which is, when I say hotly contested, I mean 42.21% to 42.11%, with 82% reporting. So this is going to be a very, 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 very tight election. Which, if you can tell by this picture of this fellow with the fire and covering his face and the police out there, this election is going to be a life or death situation for a lot of people. Moving on, we have a report from the Jerusalem Post of a Palestinian shot after clashing with Israelis in the West Bank. See the video here. Jerusalem Post reporting. I also have the same story reported from Ynet News. Palestinian shot dead after Israeli students attacked, IDF says. So Ynet News as well, video and reporting. There's been some clashes and some very interesting remarks from the U.S. coming out of recent situations in Israel. Check the links in the description of this video for more on that. Moving on, we have some very interesting stories out of the regions in the Philippines. A human rights worker was killed in a Negros ambush. So very scary situation. And for the people involved, sorry for the loss. That's horrifying. Thought of going there just to try to help and getting murdered by by local political leaders or criminals, and it's a very scary situation. Check the link in the description for that convoluted and tragic story. Moving on to another interesting situation in the Philippines, in the southern portion of the country, Zamboanga City. Security forces have arrested an alleged Abu Sayyaf group, ASG bandit, tagged as bomber by the military, following a tip from a civilian in Basilan. Officials said Rahim Abdul, alias Aman Kabalu, was nabbed in Barangay Kampurna in Isabela City. On Tuesday afternoon, a fragmentation grenade was discovered from Abdul, according to Army Captain Joanne Petinglay, spokesman for the Western Mindanao Command. Brigadier General Juvimax Uy, Joint Task Force Basilan Commander, said Abdul has 1.3 million peso reward for his capture. A officials did not say whether Abdul was involved in bombing in Basilan or in other parts of Mindanao. Al Jacinto. Okay, thank you for the reporting, Al. And we're going to move on to another story. Abu Sayyaf group rebels are bad guys. Or not rebels, but pirates. If you don't know Abu Sayyaf group is, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but they are a pirate outfit that thinks they are holy warriors for Islam, and all they do is run around the southern Philippines, kidnapping people and holding them for hostage, and predominantly Muslims. So all they're doing is extorting other Muslims out of their Hajj money, and then they go, yes, we are part of the Caliphate. They're just pirates, which is why they refer to them as bandits in Manila Times, and I love that. I love you, Manila Times. Keep demeaning these disgusting savages. And long live the AFP, the PNP, and death to Abu Sayyaf. Moving on, we have the NPA rebels killed in Batangas clash. So in Batangas, 15 alleged members of the Communist New People's Army were killed, while 3 others. You know what? Let's get our picture up there. There we go. Batangas, 15 alleged members of the Communist New People's Army were killed, while 3 others wounded in 2 separate encounters with government troops in Nasugbu town on Tuesday night. Batangas Police Director Senior Superintendent Alden Delvo said joint elements of the 730th Combat Group of the Philippine Air Force, Batangas, and Nasugbu Police acted on phone call reporting that armed men were seen in Sitio Pinamintasan in Barangay Aya, reporting government troops upon approaching the area were fired upon by rebels who were on board a jeepney and a van about 8:30 p.m. 5 rebels were killed on site, while 3 were wounded in a 20-minute gun battle. Holy crap. They were brought to the hospital where 1 expired and where the rest were declared dead. Holy crap. And I'm not going to read the rest of this. I want you all to follow the link. Manila Times is the best reporting on the NPA conflict. So read the rest of the conflict. That wasn't 15. We didn't just kill 15 NPA there. There's still a whole nother story to read. So check that out. Incredible reporting, Manila Times. Thank you so much for the details. And we're going to move on to a very interesting story about the war on drugs and some